And we're excited to have her back to talk more about her projects, all that she can help you with from new construction, renovating, interior space planning, color selection, art selection, finishes, window treatments. I can go on and on and on, but she does a lot. I know we talked about lighting before, and of course, drapes and windows, and there's so much she helps with. But we're excited to have her back because she has great energy and she has a great guest today,
Oh, thank
too.
you.
Rebecca, first and foremost, say hello and welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for that amazing intro, Jill.
Well, you are
That really,
amazing. You are just you
that
got
really
great
pumped
energy,
me
you do
up.
great work, and you're a good person. It's a good people
Oh,
vibe, right,
oh.
Wendy? You agree?
Totes with a capital T.
Oh, well, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you
Yeah.
do and about your guest today.
Yeah, I am so excited. Well, I'm always excited. I'm blessed to have so many amazing people in my life. But I'll start with I'm an interior designer, Go Design Group. And my mission here in this world is to create spaces that nourish the souls of the people I work with. And we specialize in residential interior design. So, a big part of my MO and vision for my business
Mhm.
is mental health awareness, believe it or not, and improving our lives so that we can thrive in our homes. And today I'm really excited to talk about how our homes can play a huge role in how we live everyday life and our mental health. And so for many years, I have been a part of an amazing organization called No Shame on You. I've been a
Mhm.
board member for many years. And today, I am so thrilled to introduce Wendy Singer, Executive Director of No Shame on You. And one reason why I brought Wendy on is because we are on a workshop circuit, Serenity by Design. So, what we're doing is pulling groups of people together so that they can create their own vision for what makes them feel good. So, that's what we're talking about today.
Well, hello and welcome. Wendy, would you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself before we get started?
Sure. My name is Wendy Singer, and Rebecca, um, as she told you, is one of our incredible board members. I'm the executive director at No Shame on You, which is a Chicago-based nonprofit that works to eliminate stigma surrounding mental health challenges so that people who need the help will seek it, and family and friends will know how to support their loved ones and to ultimately save lives. And we do that we achieve our mission through a variety of ways, mainly education and awareness. We create programming and customized programmings for local organizations, schools, businesses on different mental health topics. And we also create resources for the community on all sorts of different things. One of our most recent resources that has gone viral that is free and important that I just want to quickly share is a resource guide for parents and caregivers who have a child in crisis. And the feedback has been incredible. And we have found that this guide, although geared to parents and caregivers, is great for anybody who works with kids or anybody in their life who is struggling. It's a roadmap for how to navigate when a person is struggling, what is out there beyond once a week therapy, what do different terms mean. There's snippets of actual people who have experienced challenges with their kids and the hard effect it takes on being a parent. It sucks. Both Rebecca and I have been through it, and know that it is like walking on eggshells for a time. So we have found that this has been an incredible resource. And just to piggyback on that, how I got to No Shame on You was that it was created by an incredible woman, our founder, Miriam Ament. And she experienced a lot of mental health struggles throughout her life, and her family and friends didn't know how to support her. And she worked downtown Chicago in a incredible high-end legal law firm and took a step back in 2014 to launch No Shame on You. And I met her in a fellowship. And I fell in love with her immediately. She is a holy person, as I call her, because she is so kind, so passionate, and that she was a visionary at the time, 10 years ago, that the world needed an organization to eliminate stigma, to me was profound. And I was in a fellowship working on a different project. And fast forward to 2.5 years ago, I was grinding, and my own kid went through a terrible mental health crisis. And I felt so alone. Nobody talked about hospitalizations or ER visits, even though, as you could tell, I'm an extrovert. I have lots of great people in my life, but I knew nobody who went through what I went through. And once I got back up on our feet and my daughter was doing okay, I wanted to volunteer for No Shame on You and just be there in case another parent wanted to talk to another relatively level-headed individual who had been through it. And I met Miriam for coffee. And basically, the short story of it was she said, Wendy, I'm so sorry for what you've been through, and we're expanding, and I want someone like you on our team. And so now I work for No Shame on You. So that's a little bit about my story and my passion. And Rebecca is one of my favorite board members because she has a brilliant brain and we love to brainstorm about programming. And one time we went out for coffee and I said, Rebecca, tell me what you think we should do. We're talking about this program or that program. And she said, I got an idea. Why don't I present on, we present on well-being and design. And that's how the program Serenity by Design took place. And we did this awesome workshop at a local library here in our neighborhood. And it was an hour-long program. Rebecca will tell you a little bit more about it, but it was
Sure.
such a great feeling about it. And people didn't want to leave. It extended to an hour and a half. It was supposed to be an hour. So I credit Rebecca with this, with visioning it and making it happen.
Yeah,
And that's a
we
little bit about
touched.
me and our organization and the
Well, thank
program.
you for sharing. All right, go ahead,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Yeah, we touched a lot of people that evening, right, Wendy? And
Yeah,
that's what No Shame on You does. And as an interior designer, I enjoy a lot of different creative outlets, and one is creating these events with Wendy. So thanks, Wendy.
thank you.
But yeah, mental health and what I actually consider when I am talking at the beginning with my clients is the way your space feels, how the furniture is arranged, the lighting, even just the color. Color evokes emotion. Different colors evoke emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And just just the process itself of figuring out how I can change this space. And you don't have to spend a ton of money, it's really just how can I adjust this space so that I can thrive in it? And I'm going to let you speak about all the chemical brain interactions, Wendy, because I don't have that off the top of my mind my head right now. But I can say that this whole process evokes, it affects the dopamine in your brain, like when you work out and all this stuff, which gives you a shot of joy and pleasure. And just talking about it, and I can see my clients and the people, in the grocery store when I see friends and they're asking me advice, just talking about it not only lights me up because I'm always looking for joy nuggets, but
Mm-hmm.
I can see them light up. Just the simple discussion. And you literally can affect the neurotransmitters in your mind by, okay, what color is going to bring me peace and serenity? Is it green? Is it blue? I'm working in my office and gosh, I had a really awful day today, but I have a deadline. What color in my office space or even part of your home will give me energy? Some people like red. Some people like blue. I personally love blue greens. Those speak to me. And nature, bringing natural elements into your home. Do not have a green thumb, but I love the succulents at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And I feel like a gardener because I don't kill my succulent and I take it with me or I just buy more. Just having that sense of nature, bringing that in and blurring the lines between outside and inside. There's just so many ways you can improve your mental health and bring more tranquility in your life with very simple design elements.
And I have to just tell you that I got so excited about this idea, Rebecca, because I remember even 50, I think it was about 15 years ago, I shared an office space in a community center, and I was sharing the office with the preschool director. And I remember when I started there, and all the colors were bright yellow, bright green, bright pink, hot pink, and red, and all sorts of different hot colors. And one day the painters came in and I said, "What's happening? What's going on?" And she said, "We're repainting all the hallways, all the rooms."
Yeah.
And I went to check it out afterwards, and all the colors had changed to these muted, um, light, lightish purples, a mellow yellow, a frothy green, so everything went from really,
Yeah.
you know, intense to more calming colors. And I said to the early childhood director, "Tell me about the change."
Yeah.
And she said, "Research shows that color
Mm-hmm.
can pump up the kids in a way that sometimes that can be overstimulating. And so we're making a change." And there
Yeah.
was a change in the vibe and the energy of the school.
Mm-hmm.
So, you said you didn't want to talk about the neurotransmitters, but you talked about that perfectly, that research and science
Good
shows
job,
that.
Rebecca. See?
Good job. You
Thank
hit it
you.
perfectly. The visual stimuli can affect the neurotransmitters in your brain to release dopamine, which is the feel good feeling. And then when you get that feel good feeling, what do you want to do more? You want to do it more. You want to spend more time in your space. You're more
Uh-huh.
comfortable, and it adjusts your mood. So well done
Yeah.
on sharing that.
And Wendy, thanks for bringing all that up because it reminds me, even when I was a little girl, my childhood wasn't so happy. I didn't feel very loved, and I spent a lot of time on my own. And I used to always rearrange the furniture in my room. And, people say that, but I always was trying to figure out how I could make my room feel more peaceful, or ripping out pictures from magazines or whatever and putting them on the walls or whatever. How can I make my room feel safe? And that's what it's all about, is feeling safe in your environment, this world. And I say this a lot, Jill, but your home, when you come home to it, this is your place to rest.
Yep.
And from all that, there's good stimuli and there's bad stimuli, so it really is your place to rest. And even just the way I've evolved my brand, I've been on a hell of a journey
Yep.
and a healing journey. And my brand started out kind of edgy and rock and
Mm-hmm.
roll chick, I had very short platinum hair, and then I went to blue, and then I went to pink hair, and then I rebranded again, and then I rebranded again recently, and the color palette is completely different, and it's reflective of where I am now. A little bit softer. My hair is a little more my natural hair color. And I'm just a completely different woman, completely different businesswoman. So I needed to change my brand and the colors. So there's soft greens. I actually was inspired by what I've been seeing lately in design materials coming from Europe. But tranquility, we are all craving and so thirsty for tranquility. So it's very interesting. Color is a powerful tool. So.
But it's different for everyone too, which is so
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, I live in a very old house, and I love antique and I love wood. I love natural wood. And I have an 11-year-old daughter who's like, "Mom, I want a modern house. She's completely different." So
Oh,
in her room, we have designed it for her to be modern in her eyes, and that place, she's like, I have said to her, "What's your favorite room in the house?" She says, "My room." So I'm glad I'm glad, but it's different for everybody.
That's what I
Mhm.
have a
And sometimes we'll
7 and 9
look and
year
say,
old. My 7 year old came
yeah,
to me the other day. He's like, looking around. The house is like 20, maybe 22 years old. We moved in and what they did was when they gutted it, because there was a flood in here, I guess, they put the basics in, but they did hardwood floors, but only like in the living room and the dining room. So we have that stupid saddle that goes down like the tile floor and there's the saddle. So he's like, yeah, I don't know about this wood. He's like, this wood's too dark. He's like, you need to get a lighter. And he's 7. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, this wood is not good. He's like, and then this bump thing here, he's like, this isn't good. He's like, it should be all the light color wood. I'm like, one day when I could afford to, but like, he's so funny, like telling me what I should have. But he's right. I hate those saddles. It's so 80s, but I guess they ripped the carpets out and they put the wood down. So yeah, that's what we have right now.
Oh, that is so sweet. And 7 years old. Obviously, he's feeling things, and wow, he's very connected to aesthetics and the way you feel in a
Oh,
space, which is
everything, his
so
space. If
cool.
his room is unorganized, Mom, this is a mess. I have to organize my closet. He's got this, and I don't. It's so cute. He's 7, and I say this in a kind way to my family and friends, and I have gay
Mhm.
friends. I'm like, I think he might be gay, and not in a bad way, but a lot of my gay friends have this element of design and they're into interior design and they're into like style and so like instead of being offended it's a compliment. I'm like, this is amazing. He has this vision and this eye for what he wants, how his closet's organized. Most little boys don't do those things at this age. So he's going to be a little force to reckon with, and maybe he'll be working for you.
Oh, I would love
I
it.
was
I would
going to
love to
say,
start
this could be
working
an
with you
apprenticeship.
now. I
An
Yes,
apprenticeship.
know.
exactly, like an internship. Sorry to interrupt. So I know you were still talking, Wendy, but I was excited to share my kid's story
No.
too.
Oh,
No, it's just
yeah.
great. I'm just saying at any age, it seems like, and it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, and even Rebecca, would you say, I'm just curious, like in your career, that even it's not just colors, it's like the touch of things, right? And
Yeah, it's texture and it's the combination of everything. Can you sink into that sofa?
Mm-hmm.
Comfort, all the selections you make are personal selections. It's really subjective. So people look to me for my expertise. However, it really is subjective. That's why I don't unlike a lot of interior designers, I don't let my clients buy a couch unless they can sit in it because it's a huge, huge investment and you got to experience it. Everything's about experience. And that's another way how I really feel so grateful that I'm in this line of work because really it's about your experience in your home and the kind
Yep.
of experience which directly relates to your mental health. And yeah, we all have different priorities. And listen, my place isn't, I put in LVP. That's a little more affordable, by the way, Jill, and it looks just like wood and it's indestructible. So, I put in
what
new
is
LVP,
LVP? What is,
luxury vinyl plank.
Oh, thank you for
okay.
sharing that. I wasn't sure myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, oh,
Wow.
sorry. And I had a dog and at the end she was getting sick a lot and that's really why I installed it, but also it's more affordable and it's not as good for the environment, but every company is working on their eco-conscious ideology, but just that little change. But my bathroom, I'm this interior designer creating all these amazing spaces, living really vicariously through my clients. And I don't need to renovate my bathrooms. Yeah, I like to cook and it's more difficult in my little tiny galley kitchen, but I don't need it. Um, I do need my furniture to be arranged. I guess my point is, and for your son too, it brings you peace of mind,
Yeah.
even if you can't afford it in the morning, in the absolute moment, and you do things in phases, just one little thing can
Yeah.
completely transform your life.
So true.
And
Yeah.
Rebecca, when you meet with your clients, you have to learn all this about them, right?
Yeah, I learn a lot of personal stuff. So sometimes a client will say, "Oh, that was TMI." And I'm like, first of all, don't worry about that. I need the TMIs because, like with couples, which side of the bed do you sleep on and what side of the bed and what do you need in your nightstand? And yeah, and it's not just what they like, it's
Yeah.
also how they live. So Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a cool topic. And so what Wendy and I are doing, we had so much success at the Skokie Public Library, and I was talking to one of my clients and about it, and she said, I'll host a workshop. So we're going to host a workshop. We don't have the
Oh,
date
okay.
yet, and we're looking for opportunities. So anyone out there in the local area who wants to host one of these workshops, we would love it. And you would be helping a lot of people.
That's
So
awesome.
And we just should
Thank you.
remind everyone how we get in touch with you, even though we still have more time. It's always good to
yeah,
remind people.
yeah.
Tell us how.
Okay, so call me 847-337-0526. Check out my website, gogodesigngroup.com, and you can reach me through the contact form. Yep.
And No Shame on You is www.noshameonyou, the letter U, not written out YOU.org. And you can follow us on all social media channels, and we share resources and memes and graphics and all sorts of different things. And please like us, please follow us. It is good social media, good energy. And as you know, when you like us, when you follow us, it has a ripple effect and more people see the work that we're doing. And we certainly can use good, helpful things out there in the social media world. And we're
Mhm,
positive. So
mhm,
add us to your algorithms. Um,
mhm.
Yay, 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 yay. And you have a yoga class coming up. What is this virtual program?
so one of the things that we do that I didn't mention is we host some, we call them
I was peeking
movement
around the website, so I saw you have
mind
some
mind
classes.
and movement um exercise classes. So
Okay.
we have a bi-monthly yoga class on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month. It is
Okay.
free to the entire world. We have people who come in from all over the country. We have people who sign up from different continents. And we have an incredible yoga teacher, Mara Zimmerman, who's a guru. I have to say her name because I adore her. And does she's a counselor, she's a wellness teacher, she's an author, she's a yogi, and I'm letting people in during the Zoom class, but I look forward to it every time it happens, and I just hearing her voice, I am calmer, more relaxed, and more in touch. And then once a month, we have on the third Thursday of every month a program called Movement to Soothe the Soul, and that is a exercise workshop. You don't need any particular equipment or anything. And again, it's run by an incredible woman, Beth Jacobson, who is a physical trainer, marketing guru in a past life, and a true mental health advocate. So these are people who get the mind and body connection, and it's
Yep.
free. Most of our programming is absolutely free. So you can check it out. We have a calendar of events on our website. You can sign up for our newsletter, and we have lots of virtual options and offerings. Um, we just had someone to sign up for our next Feed Your Mind series, which is next month on it's a lunch and learn workshop, and somebody
Okay.
signed up from New Zealand. So I was excited about that.
Incredible.
So the internet
Incredible.
allows us to expand our reach and impact. And that session is about managing anxiety during uncertain times. And we certainly are living in some uncertain times right now. There's a lot going on in the news and politics and wars and just the general life is hard. So if you aren't anxious, I will be surprised. So sign
I
up for that.
know.
Sign up for that workshop.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much. NoShameOnYou.org. And of course, with GoGo Design, the two of you. By the way, how did you both originally meet?
Oh,
Oh, this
I
is
am
a
on
good
the board.
story.
Could you share?
But no,
Oh,
we have
yeah,
more of a
yeah. Oh, we
history.
met
We have
earlier.
more of a
Yes.
history. I'm a retired summer camp director, and I had this really cute camper years ago with spiked hair.